Hey guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a review of the Cook's Tarot. So this is written and illustrated by Judith Mackey Sturt. And I became aware of this deck from my friend Steph, who her channel name here on YouTube is The Journal of a Modern Spiritual Woman, but that's translated into English from French. She has a Belgian channel, and just as soon as I saw the cards, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get that. And it was really, really, really cheaply priced on Amazon. So that was awesome, but maybe also dangerous for me. So inside this lovely, awesome box, and actually, let me just kind of flip it around for you guys. And I did not get it for $40, by the way. I got it for like $15 on Amazon. So yeah. Yeah, it's a really, really, nice box. It's a huge box, which is why when I open this up, you'll see that my cards aren't actually in here. I put my cards in a nice little tarot bag. But if we open her up, you can see a little bit about the author, and it says that she was born and raised on the island of Jamaica. So her art is greatly influenced by the Jamaican people and the household cooks that she considers the unsung heroes of her childhood. She now lives on the coast of Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada, but she says that the heart of Jamaica has never left her. So you'll be able to see that in her artwork, but I find this to be awesome. Okay, so this was the inside, and obviously this is rather large, and I don't like to kind of keep bulky boxes around, so I keep some of my bigger tarot boxes off to the side, especially the really nice ones. So I keep these in my bookcase. But here is the book. This is actually the back of that book. And it's, a proper book. Like you could put this in your bookshelf, and I'm like thinking maybe I should just do that. Yeah, here's the inside. Really good table of contents. And she does have her own tarot spread in here, which I love. Some nice preface and an introduction into kind of how, like, she talks about her whole journey into creating these 78 cards, and how, you think you're just creating a deck of cards, but she said little did she know that she was actually going to go through the entire tarot journey, all 78 cards of it, and she found that to be kind of cheeky. So she has, your basic spreads, but then she has her very own one, which is the Cook's Tarot Maitre d' spread, which I thought was kind of cool. And so I actually like doing this one for myself every once in a while. And then she goes into the cards. But what I like about this is there's a lot of information. So let's say you pick the Fool card. And she goes into a description of what's going on in the card. So of course this is in black and white, but not the cards. She talks about the key elements of, what's going on in here. And then she talks about, like the dancing clothes. What does that symbolize in here? The ballet slippers. Those were just for fun. The spilt sugar, like what does that symbolize for her in here? The dog. And then her interpretation of the card meaning. And then what I think is really unique to this is that there's some kitchen wisdom. So either she has picked lines of songs, lines from poems, lines from stories, or her own personal wisdom she's put in here. So here it says, there is joy in cooking when you do not fear the failure. And so I think that's really cool and very apropos of the Fool card. So she does that with every card in the deck, including the minors, which I think is pretty neato. And then, let's see, anything at the back here? Nope, just going into a conclusion and a bibliography. So yeah, I actually sat down and gave this a read because I was like, whoa, this is really cool. And it helped. Like I said, when I have different types of tarot decks, I like getting keywords, adding new keywords to my repertoire based on the perspective of a different writer or artist. And so I think that's so fantastic. And so the Cook's Tarot definitely gave me a new perspective on looking at the, you know, the original 78 tarot cards. And so, yeah, so if you get this, give this a read for sure. Okay, so going into the cards, I keep them in this lovely purple bag, which I forgot the name of the Etsy shop, but there are lovely, really nice Etsy shops that create, you know, little tarot bags and things like that. So it's got this little nice silver lining. The silver lining. Okay, so here are the backs of the cards. And you can see that it is quite glossy, and they are thin but very bendy, and that's because these are more oracle sized than tarot size. Obviously you can see that they're massive in my hands, and I can't do a side shuffle with them, so I do a top shuffle. And sometimes, because these are so bendy, I will do a riffle shuffle. So for instance, taking the cards like this and then shuffling them like that. So sometimes I like to do that, or you could do a little top shuffle, but that's just because they're too big to do it to the side like that. That's just way too much. So yeah, definitely bendy and thin, but they have to be thin because there are so many cards and they're so big. You know, there's 78 cards, but they're big cards. So much like the Journey into Egypt tarot, they got to be kind of thin. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn these over. And right away, you could see those bright colors. And like I said, I am a connoisseur of art. I am by no means, you know, an art critic or art snob. You know, I didn't grow up taking college art classes. Unlike my roommate, my roommate actually was an art major, so I got to learn quite a bit about art through her, one of my college roommates, and now she's like one of my besties that I've known forever now. But I distinctly remember my roommate going through like a unit where they were talking a lot about like Jamaican art. And so what I remember from college and placing it on here, this is very like, I could see the Jamaican influence in here, which is really awesome. I love the bright colors. I love the, you know, like soft swirliness of everything. It's just really cool. I like the monkey on the back. That's actually pretty awesome. So yeah, and like I say, you guys don't have to go out and like buy this deck. In fact, you don't have to go out and buy any decks, but I just think that the art's really cool, and I just want to be able to record this and put this out here for everyone so you can at least admire this person's art because they have a real talent. You know, well, you know, everybody does these tarot decks, or, you know, if they make paintings or they sculpt or they photograph or whatever. I don't know, I just have an appreciation for the ability to have that talent, to be able to communicate through visual. I think that's pretty cool. Which is maybe also why I like books, being able to communicate through the written word as well. And I like how it's like a mixture of like medieval, old time, but also like modern, and it's just fun. And I've realized a lot of my readings are very fun. You know, I haven't read for others with this deck. It's mostly just been personal. But I just find, I don't know, the messages are just, they're laid back, they're casual, they're fun, I keep using the word fun because it is. It's just like a quirky friend who's like, hey, you know, and they want to have fun with you, but also like help you out and, you know, help you through your self-discovery. So these cards have been better for introspective work for me. You know, when I want to go deep, but I don't really feel like taking punches to the stomach. You know, I want to go deep, but I want to work on things in such a way where it's not going to put me off from going deeper in the future. This one's cool. I love it. That's what I'm going to be doing a lot of as soon as school is out. Soon as I get to leave the kiddos behind, I'm going to be just chilling in the sun, reading my cards, reading my books, all my books that I want to get caught up on. And my friend Steph and I keep in contact on the app Viber, which is, it's free. Like, you could do free phone calls and free text messages and free everything, and it's just using your Wi-Fi. And you could talk to anyone wherever in the world as long as they also have the Viber app. So instead of, paying for Skype, I just do that for free. And so her and I just communicate on Viber for free, like every day. And I showed her this. I was like, oh my God, I got it. And she was like, oh, she was so excited. Yeah, so if you guys are actually looking for a way to communicate with your friends abroad and not have to pay an arm and a leg on cell phone charges and Skype and all that good stuff, or FaceTime, you can use Viber. So Viber. And I am not sponsored by that app, but that'd be cool if I was. But yeah, you can text, you can send video messages, you can do a FaceTime, you can just do a regular phone call, and it's all for free. They use their Viber app, you use your Viber app, and you call through the app, and they use their Wi-Fi and you use your Wi-Fi. These are so, I just love the colors. Like, I am a big color person. Okay, so that was that. So let's put these all back together. Sometimes I like to keep my cards from bending too much one way. So I will actually shuffle them this way. There we go. And I'm just going to lay out, I don't know if I have space for 3 cards. Maybe we'll do it like this. Just so you can see what they look like, kind of all laid out. We'll do this type of reading. How about that? And I'm not really posing a question. This was just for aesthetics, so you guys could see. Yeah, and that's it for me, spiritual homies. Let me know if you have any questions on the Cook's Tarot. If you have this, let me know, how do you use it? Do you use it for personal readings? Do you use it for other people? Do you actually use it when you're working in the kitchen and you're having some blocks in there? Like, how do you use this tarot? And if you have questions for me on, how I use it in more detail personally, I'd be more than happy to answer that. Just leave that in the comment section down below. And if you guys want to catch a reading with me, I'd be more than happy to read for you, and I'd be more than happy to use this deck if you want me to. Just let me know upon booking at www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. And don't forget to join the KWT tribe over at patreon.com, where my awesome Patreons, patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot, without their support, I wouldn't be creating the retreat that I have coming up July 21st through 22nd. It's an absolutely free retreat, and that's because of the people that support me on Patreon. Of course, donations are welcome at paypal.me/kittenswaitstarot. But yeah, it's whole, like, we're going to be going all over to the awesome, like, energetic spots of San Diego. It's called the 5 Elements Meetup, because we are utilizing the 4 elements for healing, but also connecting with our higher selves, with spirit. So that is, to me, the 5th element. Yeah, and it's a lot of, meditation, healing, healing with the use of the 4 elements. And I'm also creating my own oracle deck, and that begins beginning of June, and I will be taking people on that journey with me through my various live chats. So yeah, that's it for me, spiritual homies, and I will catch you later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.